Hello, my sweet friends. Today we are going to be starting a new book, Magic Treehouse Merlin Missions, book number 12, Eve of the Emperor Penguin. And this wonderful book series is written by Mary Pope Osborne. Before we begin chapter 1, there is a letter to the reader from Mary Pope Osborne. Dear reader, for many years, one of my favorite places to visit has been the Central Park Zoo in New York City. My husband Will and I love going there for one main reason: to visit the building where about 60 Gentoo and chinstrap penguins live. The penguins always make us laugh, especially when they jump out of the water and onto the edge of their pool. We also love watching their keepers call each penguin by name and hand feed fish to them. While I was writing this book, I combined my memories of watching the penguins at the zoo with my research on Antarctica. And I used my imagination to think about what Jack and Annie, searching for a secret of happiness to share with Merlin. I always mix these three things together to create a magic treehouse book: memory, research, and imagination. But there's one other ingredient that goes into my work on this series: joy. I love to write, and I love sharing Jack and Annie's adventures with you. That's one of my personal secrets of happiness. Signed, Mary Pope Osborne. Prologue. One summer day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. A brother and sister named Jack and Annie soon learned that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to any time and any place in history. They also learned that the treehouse belonged to Morgan Le Fay, a magical librarian from the legendary realm of Camelot. After Jack and Annie traveled on many adventures for Morgan, Merlin the magician began sending them on Merlin missions in the treehouse. With help from two young sorcerers named Teddy and Kathleen, Jack and Annie visited 4 mythical places and found valuable objects to help save Camelot. For their next 4 Merlin missions, Jack and Annie were told that they must travel to real times and real places in history and prove to Merlin that they could use magic wisely. Now, Jack and Annie must save Merlin himself. Morgan Le Fay has asked them to find 4 secrets of happiness to help Merlin out of a deep sadness. Having found the first 3 secrets, they are waiting to find out where they are going to search for the 4th. And that is where our story will begin, with chapter 1, Smile. Jack was raking leaves on a chilly November afternoon. Geese honked overhead. "Smile," said Annie. Annie was pointing her camera at him. "No pictures now," he said. "Come on," said Annie. "Smile." Jack gave her a goofy smile. "A real one," said Annie. "I'm taking pictures for our family project at school." Jack crossed his eyes and made his smile even goofier. "Okay, be that way," said Annie. "I'm going into the woods." "Good," said Jack. "Go." "Maybe the treehouse is back," said Annie. "You always say that when you want me to stop what I'm doing and do something with you," said Jack. "Maybe Teddy and Kathleen are waiting for us," said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. "Maybe today's the day they want us to look for a 4th secret of happiness from Merlin," said Annie. "Maybe they're going to send us to a super cool place." "Good. Hope they do. Have fun," said Jack. "I want to finish raking these leaves before dark." He glanced up at the late afternoon sky, just in time to see a bright streak of light pass over the Frog Creek woods. "Whoa!" Jack turned to Annie with a smile. "Did you see that?" Hold that smile, said Annie as she took Jack's picture. Thanks. Perfect. But did you see that? Jack asked. The light going over the woods. Ha ha, said Annie. No, I'm serious. It was a bright light. Wait a second. Jack put down his rake and dashed into the house. Mom! Dad! He shouted. Annie and I are going for a walk, okay? Okay, called their dad. But be home before dark. And wear your scarves and hats, called their mom. We will. Jack grabbed their scarves, their hats, and his backpack from the hall closet and ran back outside. Let's go, he said to Annie. Annie put her camera in her jacket pocket and took off running with Jack. They ran up the sidewalk, crossed the street, and headed into the shadowy Frog Creek woods. They crunched over a carpet of fallen leaves until they came to the tallest tree. The magic treehouse was there! Kathleen and Teddy were looking out the window. The two young enchanters were both wearing dark cloaks. Hi, hi, Annie shouted. We were about to come looking for you, said Kathleen. How did you know we were here? I saw the light, said Jack. Climb up, said Teddy. Jack and Annie hurried up the rope ladder. When they climbed inside the treehouse, they hugged Teddy and Kathleen. Is it time to go on another mission, said Annie. Indeed, said Kathleen. And it's quite urgent now, said Teddy. Merlin is failing quickly, said Kathleen, and she blinked back tears. Oh, no, said Annie. Morgan wants you to find the final secret of happiness. Today, said Teddy. And then you must return to Camelot to present all 4 secrets to Merlin. You remember the first 3, do you not? Sure, said Jack. We have 3 gifts to help us remember. I kept them in my backpack. A poem, a drawing, and a seashell, said Annie. Good, said Teddy. Here is where you will look for the final secret. He took a book from his cloak and handed it to Jack. On the cover was a picture of a volcano surrounded by snow and ice. The title said, The World of Antarctica. Antarctica? Said Jack. We studied Antarctica in school. There's hardly anything there. Where would we find a secret of happiness in Antarctica? I do not know, said Kathleen. But Morgan has sent a rhyme to help your search. She handed Annie a slip of parchment. Annie read Morgan's rhyme aloud. For the final secret, you must go to a burning mountain of ice and snow. On wheels, by air, then all fall down, till you come to the cave of the ancient crown. Then speed to Camelot by close of day, lest grief take Merlin forever away. Forever away? Said Annie. I fear so, said Teddy. I don't understand, said Jack. This rhyme sounds like we're going to a fantasy world, a place with a burning mountain and a cave of the ancient crown. But Antarctica is a real place, totally real. Morgan's rhyme is a mystery to me too, said Teddy. But you still have the wand of Dianthus to help you, do you not? Asked Kathleen. Yes, said Jack, but he looked inside his backpack just to make sure. There it was, the gleaming spiraled wand of the unicorn. Good, said Kathleen. And you remember the 3 rules of the wand? Sure, said Annie. The wand's magic only works if our wish is for the good of others. It only works after we've tried our hardest. And it only works if our wish is 5 words. Excellent, said Teddy. I wish you guys could come with us, said Jack. We must return to Morgan and try to help Merlin, said Kathleen. But with your courage and intelligence, I know you will be able to find the secret by yourselves. Jack nodded, embarrassed, but Kathleen's words did make him feel more confident. And after you have found it, you must hurry to meet us in Camelot, said Teddy. Just point to the word Camelot on the rhyme from Morgan and make a wish to go there. Got it, said Annie. Go now, quickly, said Kathleen. And good luck. See you soon, said Annie. Jack took a deep breath, then pointed to the cover of the book. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. And that is the end of chapter 1. I will see you next time, my sweet friends.